Welcome to Start the Day on this Christmas Eve, and we're here overlooking the cathedral. I think you can see the cathedral over my right shoulder here, and where in a few days' time there'll be a few hundred people coming to various carol services, which will be wonderful.
Yes, and all over the diocese, to our churches in every community, and if you're joining us from somewhere else beyond the diocese, then I know many of you will be involved in different ways as well. And I think Christmas is supposed to be fairly mild. We ought just to say we're recording on the Monday,
it's a little bit chilly.
It's really quite cold up here on the hill. And I really do want to acknowledge that for all of us involved in Christmas services in some way this year, we do so against the backdrop of what has been a really difficult time coming to terms with the safeguarding abuses and the failures that have been very much exposed recently and in the news, and that can make it very difficult when you're involved in also leading services and helping others to enter into the joy of Christmas. So I want to acknowledge how hard that will be, and that it is a difficult time for the Church of England, but we continue to be principally focused in all our concerns and our thoughts and prayers on the victims and survivors of abuse, and the urgent change that will be needed, and some of which will be coming to General Synod in February.
And in our pattern of reading, most of the year we read the Psalms, but during the last 12 days of the year we read Ecclesiastes. It's not the cheeriest book of the Bible, but it provides essential wisdom for life on many things. Most of all, compels us to look at Christ as the source of true wisdom.
And chapter 3 contains what's perhaps the most well-known passage from Ecclesiastes, which begins, "There is a time for everything, a season for every activity under the sun." And what follows then is a poem that reflects on the importance of timing, because discerning what time or what season you're in can really help in knowing how to respond to what you may be facing in that season, but also how to connect well with others in the midst of it.
And the poem speaks about there being a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. And on a personal level, there'll be many of us who carry in our hearts this Christmas a painful loss that may be for someone we love and who's died, and we won't see them this Christmas. And it may be a relationship that is broken down, and a dream that's faded, or a plan that has failed. These things will mean there'll be tears mixed with our celebrations this Christmas, and maybe that's often how it should be.
And when we step back and take time, hopefully over the next few days, to consider the wonder that's contained in the real meaning of Christmas, it gives us a new perspective on life. In fact, a new perspective on everything. God enters our world of tears and laughter, all those things that make up life. And as the well-beloved carol puts it, the hopes and the fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. Knowing that God is with you, knowing that God is for you, makes all the difference in the world. And whether we're approaching this Christmas with a heart that's full of thanksgiving, there may be things that you carry into this Christmas that you really rejoice over from the past year, but you may also be carrying some deep sadness or pain into this Christmas for yourself or for someone close to you. To know the presence of Jesus, Emmanuel, God with us, helps us to be able to bring all of who we are, all that we're feeling, all the emotions to God, and to join still with the angel song in announcing that there is in Christ joy for the world.
So whatever you're doing this Christmas, in the joy and maybe tears, may you know the presence of Jesus, bringing you comfort, joy and peace through this season and into the year to come.